insights, picks, results. This is Wizard Sports Picks. Beyond the Lines.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Lines, brought to you by WizardSportsPicks.com. My name is Matt Robinson. You've been able to catch me on the Tuesday show for the last handful of weeks, and that should continue moving forward. So, coming into this week, we've gone 2-1 the last three shows. So we're looking to complete that NHL Tuesday card hat trick with a 3-0 sweep. Tomorrow night, or tonight, if you're watching, December 16th, Tuesday NHL card. We've got a 10-game slate. There's a lot of great looks on this card. I definitely will have some additional picks on the website. But for the purpose of this show, there's three picks that I like. I've got an over for you. I've got a first period over for you. And then for those of you that watch the Ice Guys, where I'm a guest on Tuesdays and Fridays with Alex B. Smith, Ian Cameron, two other WizardSportsPicks.com handicappers. I do have a Matty Rob special on this card that I really like the look, and so I will get into that here in just a second. As a reminder, if you haven't been to the website, check it out. A lot of good streaks going. We've got leaderboards now. You can see who's been hot the last 3, 7, 30 days. You can, buy picks based on, who's hot. People the handicappers are up in different sports, so you can narrow it down to specific sports that you like betting on. Whatever it is you like, it's on the site. We've got some great streaks going with some of the best handicappers in the world, so be sure to check out wizardsportspicks.com. Don't want to miss out. And without further ado, I will jump into the Tuesday, December 16th NHL card with my hat trick of Tuesday plays for this episode of Beyond the Lines. So starting out on this Tuesday, we've got a 7 p.m. Eastern Time puck drop between the Utah Mammoth and the Boston Bruins. This game can be caught on ESPN Plus here in the U.S. Again, it's a 7 p.m. puck drop. For this game, it's pretty simple. I like the over. It's over 6 at -115 currently on Caesars. Boston has gone over 6 goals in 5 of their last 6 games. Utah has at least 6 goals in 4 straight, 3 of those 4 going over the total at 6. Utah is coming off that crazy comeback game on Sunday against Pittsburgh. I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh. That's 2 straight big leads heading into the third, and then sort of collapsing and losing it to overtime, obviously with that Sharks game on Saturday morning. So Utah, nice comeback win. Get the day off today. Probably traveled Sunday night into Pittsburgh. Maybe a light skate today, but should be feeling fresh. Not a big travel trip, same time zone. And then you have Boston, who got waxed, for lack of a better term, by Quinn Hughes and the Minnesota Wild, getting his first game and first goal for the Wild. So, the Bruins losing 6-2, I think they kind of want to come out and have a good game at home. Utah is feeling pretty good. They've been playing some decent hockey lately, so I think, all we're looking for is maybe a 3-3 overtime. Maybe, we get a 4-2 game with an empty net late. Whatever it may be, we just need over 6. So that'll be my first play on the December 16th card. For pick number 2, I mentioned it earlier in the show. For those of you that watch the Ice Guys, I've sort of created what's called a Matty Rob special. Basically, the Matty Rob special is a first period over 1.5 parlayed with a full game over 5.5. I typically do this when an over is at 6.5, and I feel good about goals early. And what this does is, when you parlay that, maybe you have a -140 first period and a -110 over 6.5 full game. You combine over 5.5, over 1.5. You only need to get to 6 goals, but it'll give you a good plus price. So that's exactly what I did here. We have a 7:37 Eastern Time planned puck drop on TNT. So if you're in the States, it's the TNT broadcast. I always enjoy it. Between the Edmonton Oilers going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Obviously, there was a big trade between these two teams last week. Stuart Skinner heading east to become a Penguin, and Tristan Jarry heading out west to become an Edmonton Oiler. So this game has a lot of hype around it. I'm excited that it's on TNT. I always enjoy the broadcast. They do some interviews with players. I'm sure those guys will be two guys that they try and talk to pregame or after the game, depending on how the game goes. But the interesting piece is, Edmonton has been scoring a lot of goals, giving up a lot of goals. Even with Jari getting his first win, he still gave up 3 or 4 the other night. They still are having defensive struggles. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, back-to-back blown third period leads. They're going to want to play well. They're going to want to play well for Skinner. Skinner's going to want to play well. But I just, this game to me, I feel like both offenses can put up points. Both defenses are struggling at times. It's just a perfect recipe for a Matty Rob special because the over is 6.5 on this one. So I'm going to reduce that down. First period over, 1.5. Full game over, 5.5. Plus 122 on Caesars currently. So you get a good plus price. You just need that first period over to hit. And then you only need to get to 6 total. 4-2 game gets us, in the clear as long as we get 2 in the first. Again, I like to do this when I love a first period. I like a full game, but maybe it's juiced up 6.5. This is a good way to get a better price, especially if you lean heavy on the first period, because obviously being a parlay, if we don't get 2 in the first, it kind of eliminates everything. So looking for 2 early, 6 total in the Oilers-Pens game. Two teams that are struggling to keep the pucks out of their net, but are generally getting over the totals just because they do score offensively. Edmonton's heating up offensively. They've had eight goals a couple times in the last few weeks. So just need 6 here, 2 in the first, and we'll be happy. But again, that game is at 7:30 Eastern Time on TNT. So tune into that one. That one should be an exciting game. And then for my third and final play, we are going to head west for a 10 p.m. Eastern Time puck drop between the Calgary Flames and the San Jose Sharks. In this game, I love the first period over. It's a nice minus 125. It is a game that you can get the full game over at 5.5. I don't hate that, but I do love the first period over here. San Jose is 8-2 in their last 10 to first period overs. They are returning home after a very, very solid road trip. But for them, they played Saturday morning, fly back west, probably a day off Sunday, back in the rhythm Monday. It's oftentimes a bad spot for teams after a long road trip to be in that first home game. But I think having that extra day of rest built in, getting a day today to on Monday to kind of get a practice going, and then feel good about a normal puck drop game time, normal game time puck drop for the San Jose Sharks, excuse me. So while Calgary is only 5-5 in their last 10 games to the first period over, they are either scoring or allowing a goal in the first 10 minutes at a pretty high rate. They're 7-3 in their last 10. So doesn't matter how we get it. If San Jose comes out flat and goes down 2-0, if San Jose and Calgary both score, perfect. Or if San Jose continues to play well and scores 2 in the first, that works as well. So just to recap, we have a over 6 in the Utah-Boston 7 p.m. Eastern Time game. We have a first period full game Matty Rob special. First period 1.5, full game 5.5, plus 122 in the Oilers-Pens TNT 7:30 matchup on Tuesday. And then for my third and final Tuesday game, we have Calgary heading to San Jose. We just want 2 goals in that first period with a first period over at a good price at minus 125. That is it for the Tuesday card for me. As a reminder, we will be back next week, same time, Tuesday, December 23rd. Ironically, it's my birthday. So if for some reason we don't get all 3 of these today, maybe the betting gods will help me out next Tuesday on my 33rd birthday. We have a 13-game card. And just, for those that like betting the NHL, a reminder, there will be no games 24th, 25th, 26th. So maybe next week I'll do something special for the 13-game card, maybe throw out 6 picks, 5 picks. I'll brainstorm. I'll look at the card. I'm not just going to give you picks to give you picks. I want to make sure that I like those picks as well. So yeah, that's the show today. Be sure to like, comment. Again, check out wizardsportspicks.com. So much great stuff going on over there. So many great handicappers, picks going out left and right. Anything you want, whether it's UFC, college basketball, we'll start getting back into the PGA after the new year. NHL, NBA, NFL, college football playoffs are coming up, bowl games. It is all there. So jump over to wizardsportspicks.com. Again, I'm Matt Robinson. Thanks for tuning in to Tuesday, December 16th episode of Beyond the Lines, and I look forward to catching back up with you next week. Have a great one. Cheers.